Oh, 25. Reverse nodes in K group. Given a linked list, reverse the nodes of a linked list K at a time and return its modified list. K is a positive integer and is less than or equal to the length of the linked list. If the number of nodes is not a multiple of K, then the left out nodes in the end should remain as it is. Okay. Uh, only constant extra memory is allowed, which is always a weird way. Only the note itself might change. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow. This feels like one of those great teaser even. Um, hmm. I think I don't know if it's right, but like my first intuition is to do it with recursion, which is why the notes is kind of always a little weird with that, right? Because recursion does put stuff on the stack, right? Uh, Even if I don't know, like someone to tell me if, which is I don't know, uh, which is always like a like for me, in theory, we just do like a recursion down and read the entire list. That's actually technically O of n space, but not. But people sometimes hand wave that a little bit. Uh, okay, you may not. Okay, but that's but yeah maybe. But so I don't know if that's a good enough answer to be honest. So let me see if I can think of another one before I kind of just do things with recursion on this one. Uh, or like even recursion is not easy. I don't think it's just it is a way. Um, but well, because you probably want a sort of a two-finger algorithm. Um, Maybe you don't need recursion. Maybe you just need to be careful. Dun, dun, dun. Which is easier said than done because, if anything, my whole day has not been like I feel like I just made a lot of silly mistakes. Uh, how is this input given? Okay. Maybe I don't need recursion. Maybe I just need. But it's but maybe it's cheating with recursion then. Also, it would be nice to know what the n is for n. Also, in general, I don't know. I don't dig the linked list forums, but because no one uses a linked list. Maybe that's not true. I'm just talking trash. Uh, hmm. I'm sort of just trying to think about how would I do it with a while loop or something like that. Can I do a while loop? Yeah, maybe I need to draw it out just in case. I'm gonna find my pen again. Let me just draw it out here. It's really tough. I could reverse the stuff inside, but then you have to kind of keep track of the next one that's afterwards. So like the next group. Maybe that's. Mm, let's see. So I could. Reverse all things before that. That's not so bad, but like I'm still trying to figure out how if recursion is legit. Like, or do we need to you know, do some fancy stuff? Because maybe I don't have to. Yeah, let me play around. Yeah, I'm just kind of confused. I think I'm like, I don't know if I'm missing something obvious. I usually do things in recursion, but I guess I don't need it. Because you could just do the stereo, oh, not the stereo, but like just a thing with one reverse. Like if you want to reverse all nodes, and then just kind of keep track of a little bit more, maybe like, that sounds like 5 or 6 variables, maybe. Definitely a lot of like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of edge cases, but, or not edge cases, but just a lot of things I could do well. Okay, let's start with kind of a chunk first. As you go to head. Next, no, just next is everything. Dot next. And then previous node is you go to none. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I could do this in a thing, right? So you need a head, and then you need a tail, essentially. And then maybe we return like, and then you return maybe just the 2 boundaries. I mean, you have the head and tail, so maybe something like that. I think I could. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm a little confused, but because I know I'm missing something obvious. Yeah, okay. Write this forward, and then yeah, I need to write this out. I always mix them up in my head. I haven't done this in a while. I'm just drawing stuff on my paper. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This is next up. And previous is correct. So next node dot next is equal to previous node. Okay. Wait, what? No, next node dot next. Wait, what? No, current dot next. Yep. And then you move it along. I mean, that's lovely, right? Right. Okay. I don't even know if there's a good way to clean, to visualize this, but okay, fine. Let's just reverse everything. Do I want this to be tail, or why this is not done? I guess for this case, you want it to be tail. But, okay. Now we just kind of keep a thing. It'll be off by one somewhere. I'm gonna worry about, but it is what it is. What up, fried fries? Good of a zero, then we do the reverse subgroup thing. Maybe off by one. It's fine. We'll play around with it. Maybe something like that. Might have to reconnect the things though, so we'll see. I feel like this is not too. I just want to see where it leaves us. Oh man, I bet it was fried fries, not French fries. What? Isn't this what? Oh, there's none. Oh, no, that's right. Maybe. Might have to be careful about some stuff. Wow, I just destroyed the entire thing. Okay, let's see if I can. But maybe this should be afterwards. But probably off by one somewhere. There's a. Oh, so it goes to 1 to 3, which actually is right. Oh, I didn't update last hit, so maybe that's why there's some weird things. But I mean, I think the outer loop is right. Maybe I have to link some stuff more carefully there. And like for example, head has to be doing in moved sub around. Man, I wish I just put that away. I don't know what I did, but my bracketing is right, right? Yeah, kind of. Head is the first one you move, so. But I might have to do some pointer magic here somewhere to kind of connect them back. We should still start with 2-1 though, so. No, because head is always going to be the first thing. The one should. This is at least give me the 2 and the 1, maybe. No, what the? Maybe I just destroyed some pointers. Did I do this right? Yeah, it should be okay. I have to return the new head, maybe. Maybe previous then. What? I could just print the notes. Well, isn't that what I was trying to do? Why is that visualization so pretty? What was I doing before that? It is not as pretty. Oh, I print out the value. I didn't know that. That's the. It's nice of them to do a good stringify. I actually didn't know that. So, okay. So that's actually like I mean I have this part kind of right. I just have to so I got two components both correct, but now I have to link them together. Okay. uh, okay, now that we're given the head, so okay, well. That's how you get this. So that might not have. Yes, so you have to do the reverse at least once. So this will happen at least once. Okay. Um, I just need to keep track of the heads. So well, or in the tails. Maybe I do. We want a reference to the end. Okay. Oh, and that's just the first. Yeah, of course. That's just the first. Because your last node is of course the first node. Does this work? I actually don't know. Yeah. I mean, because you can go, you could do that, but I think it's probably fine. Every time I try to do it, I get yelled at by the compiler. Well, at one time thing. Okay, that's good. Next is you go to maybe current.next actually. Is that a current or current.next? No, it should be current. Okay, I mean, off by one, I think, but wait, and then one you pointed at the three somehow for some reason. Why did I do that? Oh, because we need to get the next head because that also swapped. So you can't get the current here. That's cute, but also curse you. Okay. I mean, that's fine. We just need more variables. Are these just the same thing? Maybe I... Well, current is the node before the last node, so it's actually... Yeah, okay. So this actually gives me something. It's the last node before the current. Okay, so I need to keep track of these two. This is such a growing problem. Like, it's not impossible, it's just annoying. Go with the first head, the last head. We basically want in between the first of this one to equal to tail. And then at some point, last tail that go to the new head, so that's ends something like that, maybe. Okay, so I'm closer, but now we have to take care of the case where you have to the remainder, because now we messed around with it too much. Okay. Maybe there's a clean way to do it. I mean, usually there is, but I don't know. But I am not doing it that way. Okay. If k left is greater than 0, that means we need to clean up. Then till that next is you go to last head. So the last head or last head on next. Okay. Okay. Now let me test some silly cases. Let's try one. And hope it doesn't go into some weird infinite loop. Maybe I just terminate early in that case. Okay. That actually went better than expected. Okay, I mean, these are all the possible values for n equals 5. Can't imagine it gets worse than that, really. Time-wise, anyway. Because let's make it both odd and even. Oops. Yeah, got to be quiet. Okay, that's gonna be something stupid. Okay, well, I wanted to test that, but for some reason, but that's not true then, right? It's less than or equal to the length of the linked list. You lie, problem. You lie. Still though, I take no response. I remember thinking about it, but they promised that that won't be a test. Can I like? Is there a submission button for this? I mean, I could have checked for it. It's not that bad. No, you can just do len, but head is none. Return head. Ugh, such shenanigans. That's actually like strictly speaking in the thing, but oh no, there's another one. What did? Okay, this. Did I misread this problem? K is less than or equal to the length of the linked list, right? Why is like half these things? Like why is K? Am I? Does why is this a thing? Or like they should change the form. Now I feel like I got two wrong submissions for no reason because the K is bigger than the length of the linked list. Yeah, okay. I mean, I could have just fixed it, but maybe that's shenanigans, though. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I fixed it for all the weird cases now that I know that's a thing. Like, what happens if this is 15? Hmm. Well, I guess I don't do it right. Well, because first head is not. Well, because first head is this, but what I should now do is. Still, though. It's late in the day. I don't want to deal with this. Okay, but that is what is the 25? What is the submission? What is the submission rate on this? That is 38%. That I don't know. Have to be some have to be some discussion forum afterwards or something maybe, because that is. I mean, they have input that they explicitly said it's not in the thing. So I mean, maybe other people's base case are a little better, but I didn't. I trust you. Test. Okay. Okay, let's go. I mean, this is how long did I? Let's see. Wow, that was half an hour. That's okay. But no, I mean, it's still a little slow. Yeah, but it is so hard. Still a little slow, I think. But is there a similar abstraction for it? Well, show me the way. But yeah, overall, like I think, reversing a linked list and all this stuff, it's gonna come up. So definitely study for it. Like what people really like linked list forms and reversing it and playing around with it and so forth. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could think of this as one big like linked list. I guess that's the abstraction, and then yeah, okay, I could see what you mean. Um, like if you have a sub node, then yeah, uh, and you could combine them into one node, and then the in and the out, you could kind of play around that way. I think maybe and then reconstruct later. But yeah, I mean, essentially that's what I do, right? Like for every cave cave element, I reverse the last k. Um, but I mean, you could get the length, but I do it without needing the length. I mean, and I think I would have gotten it correctly the first time if they just didn't, if they actually said what they were doing, or I would have checked for it anyway. Um, like, because k is definitely not less than or equal to the length of the linked list, which is literally in the problem. It's not even in the notes, so they were just wrong. But yeah, I feel like that's okay. Um, yeah, I think you're right though. If I had maybe done some sort of abstraction, have instead of a list node, like list supernode or something, and then and then that would maybe be better. Uh, uh, yeah, that's also. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, either way, I think it should be okay. No, I use low memory, maybe, but that's why it's slower. Uh, Still a little bit about these two one-time errors, just because the problem is wrong. But yeah, these are linked list forms. Linked list forms are generally fair game for an interview. Uh, uh, this is probably slightly on the harder side, but still, I would be prepared for it. I took a little longer. I could have been a little faster, but I think I was just trying to see if there's a clever way to do it without, I don't know. And I think that clever way may be just an abstraction, because you can think about consecutive k nodes. Yeah, consecutive k nodes is maybe a super node, and then you don't have to do as much like little weird things. You just kind of uh, yeah, like you may have a helper method that already points out um, the next and the head, and then stuff like this, and then you don't have to like, this is so many state. I mean, essentially this is a state machine, and this is a really complicated state machine. So yes, I would recommend maybe abstracting that part away if I had to, and then it becomes way easier, and then there's just a two-string or whatever method, or underscore underscore str method, underscore underscore. But yeah, overall, pretty cute problem. I mean, I think I'm okay. Um, I, I feel like I could have done it a little bit faster, but these things it's tough to be careful about. It was really deliberate about it, step by step. Maybe that's okay, maybe that's not. I think in terms of retro, definitely I could clean up a lot of these things. There's a lot of edge cases because of the way I wrote it. I think if we had one more layer of abstractions we talked about, then a lot of these edge cases will melt away, and then you don't have to worry about it as much. But overall, uh, yeah, overall, like it's not my type of problem, so you wouldn't see me giving it. I don't know if that's a hint if you see me ever, but uh, but like I said, English is fair game, so definitely study up. I would expect it, and I think. Are there any follow-up questions that I could ask about this about the interviewer? I think that's just like K is already generic, so I think I think that's probably as far as you can go on this similar problem, maybe. I don't use any crazy extra space or even recursion. That for some reason I think for reversing linked list for whatever reason I actually like recursion, but I guess it's not necessary. You just do this while loop. Um, yeah, okay.